It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1535, recorded Thursday, September 10th, 2015. Glasses that watch. Thanks to Audible.com for supporting the Giz Wiz. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/GizWiz. The best invention that Sphero has ever created. The smartest, dumbest, smartest watch, and more spy gadgets. All coming on next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now! And I hope that you are ready for the Giz Wiz. Oh,
I'm ready. I know you have a cold. I don't want to get anything.
Yeah, that's smart of you.
Germs via Skype.
Yeah, germs
People
via
think it's
show.
a rumor, but it is.
I think, yep, you can send files and viruses over the internet, is what I heard. So
exactly. Yes.
You're smart for covering up your face.
Yeah.
I got back from
to use my own handkerchief. No, go ahead.
That's as good as a firewall, or those free virus protection software that you get off the internet. I got back from Dragon Con and I caught the con funk, as they call it.
Oh yes, they do call it con. Yes, it was
con
like
funk.
3 years ago after CES. Everybody had it. It's yes.
I know. There was one CES where, you know how CESs are run, where you have to be there. Like for Twit, it was like a third of what we had planned for the entire year of convention coverage.
Yes.
And there was 1 year that I got sick before it, and I had to go, and I felt horrible because I knew I was patient zero to CES. I was the agent that brought all of the flu to everyone.
Brought down 155,000 people.
Yep.
Went home with Chad flu.
Yep. Yeah.
So tell us about your event, and I'll tell us about something we did in the city.
So I went to Dragon Con. It was fantastic. Dragon Con is in Atlanta, and it's become known as... Do you know what cosplay is?
No.
Cosplay is when you dress up...
See, I'm getting even for you not knowing Humphrey Bogart. So
you're right.
Cosplay.
Okay,
go ahead. So tell me about it.
It's when someone dresses up as their favorite either anime character, video game character,
okay.
and they walk around and act like that character. It's like a fancy word for costumes.
Costume play.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, cosplay, costume play. Exactly. And Dragon Con is hands down the best convention for this. So you walk around and you see people who are dressed up as Star Wars or various anime or cartoon characters or all sorts of stuff. And this convention, I didn't have any... I think it might be the first convention I have been to in 5-6 years where I didn't have a job. I didn't have a panel. I didn't have any responsibility other than going and enjoying the convention. And I went to a wedding and just saw panels and hung out with friends, and I bought a kilt and had just a fantastic time just hanging out at Dragon Con. So that's what I did over the weekend. What did you do?
Excellent. Well, yesterday there was a meetup in the city, a Twit meetup. So Lisa was there, Leo, Mary Jo Foley. Oh, yeah, I put that picture on Facebook and Twitter with the caption, Leo and I tried to stay out of the limelight and shun all cameras. So Leo was there, Mary Jo Foley, Paul Thurrott, Andrew from Guys from Queens Network, GFQ. That's Old Geek.
Yeah, wow.
And from, I think that was Craig from Podtrack. And, of course, Leo really Everybody
Where
was
is this? Where was
around.
this?
You know what? You know Mary Jo Foley loves beer, right?
Big time.
Big time. Remember the New Year's Eve show? She did all kinds of beer concoctions. Well, somebody told me that this was her find. Well, actually, the guy said this was her home. Maybe she hangs out there a lot.
Yeah, she lives in New York.
Yes. And when I went on the table, I thought I was picking up the menu, and it was every page of it was just different beers.
Whoa!
And ales that you could get. But they also had a bar menu with like chicken fingers and burgers.
Did they just have like
great fries?
1,000 taps?
They had, you know what, a huge long bar, but we took up the entire back of the place. It's a very long, narrow place, but then at the back, it kind of gets double wide.
It's like built in an alley.
Yes, it's called Rattle and Hum.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, Rattle and Hum Bar. It's right off Fifth Avenue on, I think it was 33rd Street. So we had a great time. We went on for a couple of hours. And even Dennis was saying is that he could not believe the number of people that even went up to him and said how much they're loving Giz Wiz.
Yay! So Dennis I would love to see Dennis in the celebrity spotlight.
Oh, Dennis. Dennis, but Dr. Mom was like in one corner. I didn't see Dr. Mom till
so cool.
I saw her come in, and then that was it. And Dennis, although I gave Dennis an assignment to take some pictures, he took those pictures. So he was a little happy about that because he could be behind the camera. And he was also greatly relieved that people there really watched the show and knew that he's really not a big tech person.
Yeah.
You know, because he stopped going to events with me because people would come over and assume since we were married.
Yeah, what phone you got there?
They would always go, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dennis, should I get the Sony 23RX or should I wait for the 23RXA? Right. Sony makes cameras?
Yeah.
You know, that would be his reply. So when we came back, he said, you know, your fans pay attention to you because no one asked me any techie questions. They would just say, how's Charlie? How's Fairway? How are the trains? So it was a super time.
That's
a super
great.
time.
That's
and our
fantastic.
fans our fans are amazing.
Yeah, our fans are the best. I mean, the absolute best.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I wish you could have been there. That sounds like so much fun.
You're coming soon. You'll be October 11th, you'll be in the city.
Yeah, the Boat Basin Cafe. Can't wait.
Boat Basin Cafe.
Yeah.
They have a lot of beers, too.
Do they?
In fact, yes, they had an IPA beer, and I was drinking it. I don't drink a lot of beer, but I was saying to Dennis, this is great. And Dennis tasted it, and he said, did you see the label? And I said, no. And he said, look at the label. Bottled in Petaluma.
Oh! What?
So,
wow. Was that
let me I'm turning around, but I don't see where I put the bottle. It was on my desk for a while.
Yeah, that might have been Lagunitas?
I think it was.
Yeah, Lagunitas is a big brewery in Petaluma. Petaluma is exploding with breweries. It's kind of known. It's almost like
they shouldn't let the beer get hot, and they wouldn't explode.
I know it is. I mean, you just walk out, and it's just
that's why you had to move.
IPA, right?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people kind of feel like it's close to the wine country, so you have a little beer country right next to it.
Oh, that's
which I thought was pretty cool.
I liked it. Well,
let's jump into our gadgets.
Our gadgets of the day. Our first gadget is, you know, marketing people. They just come up with new ways to sell stuff.
Oh yeah,
and so you know, Star Wars not till December. So they decided they got together with a lot of companies that were producing Star Wars toys. Because I was getting all these press releases like embargoed until September 4th. And so they made it Force Friday, where all these different companies would announce their Star Wars toys.
Wow.
And one of them, I didn't go to the press event, and they said, well, you've got to see this thing in person. We'll send you one. and we'll start with that. So there's a little video of me kind of getting it up and running, and then we're going to show the company video because they do a better job. So here's Star Wars toy. BB-8 is a new droid in the movie, and I think this is a replica of that droid. So we're going to, I rarely unbox things.
I saw
this box
20 of these at
is so
DragonCon,
sturdy, I thought, this looks kind of, wow. Okay,
Yes,
so
it
this
was
is
when it
tape
was introduced.
2 of one
Yeah.
take theater. We rarely ever do anything a second time. The problem is the reflections off the droid were so fierce, all you could see was big white blobs. So it's going to be a little dark, but I think it's going to be better. So that's the packaging. It is really, really neat. So
Wow,
this
that looks nice.
Oh, that's just a cover. All right, so we don't need that. And this is USB port. So this must be a charging stand, okay? And this must be the draw. Let us hope the head.
It's so
not
gruesome looking.
Yes.
attached, okay? Because it's not. This is the ball part, and then BB-8. Okay, BB-8, this is his head, and gosh, well, it just seems to sit there. All right, so there.
And there was nothing in the
then
box. I'll show you what the one thing and the
plug
only
it
thing in the
in.
box was.
Put the, oh, okay, this is a little better. Plug it in, put the ball on the base, put the head on the ball. Oh, okay, and then go to starwars.sphero.com. So we'll do that, but you don't have to stay for that. But do come back. Oh, you did come back. Very good. Okay, so we downloaded the app. A couple things about the app. When you download the app, it says this is a very big program. You might want to use Wi-Fi, which I did, and it still took boy, I think it took like 10 minutes, and it didn't download all the way. It came up with there's not enough memory on your phone, so I had to erase a lot of apps and went back and then put it in, and then there was enough time. The instructions, I sort of don't like it that there's not anything printed. And so basically,
Well, printed, but not.
you don't even need this. I'll just tell you what you do. So make sure the base is connected to USB, and USB can be in the wall, so that there's power at the base. Then you download the program. After you download the program, you bring your phone up behind the droid, and the first time out, that took a couple minutes also, and there'll be a circle that it found your droid, and then your droid will start blinking, so it's connected. And then what you can do with the droid will come up. So there's drive, there's patrol. Patrol's kind of fun. He can run around the perimeter of your house. There's settings. There's also messages. Kids will love messages. It puts out a little hologram. But for now, I'll put it in drive, and this is going to blow out the lens for a minute. And then it comes up with a little joystick. So we'll just put BB-8 on the carpet, and then there's a little joystick. And remember, I worried about the head. I thought the head had fallen off. Well, it doesn't matter because the head spins.
Actually, the head stays still and the ball spins under him.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty neat. So there, the way he goes, like that. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stop this video and run the 2-minute video from the company because they have much better cameras than we have.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, were you with me when Sphero showed the first Bluetooth ball?
I don't. I can't.
Do you remember?
I remember the Bluetooth ball.
Yeah, Sphero, and it was kind of.
It's like a robotic.
You know, yes, you could run it around the room, and you could run it over a little bridge. But now,
Well, we'll show there. It's a 2-minute promo video from the company, and this is it. A very dramatic.
Yeah. Ooh la la.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I didn't even know how to make him peek out from behind a wall.
I think you use your hand.
Hey, BB-8, go forward.
So evidently he takes command, voice commands.
Interesting.
This is Patrol. Oranges need replacing. Fish doesn't speak droid.
Right. No fish included.
Just a little dramatic.
Yeah, that's quite dramatic. Jeez. Wow.
But you know, I
Wow.
was looking at some stills, and it looks like that actual droid is in the Star Wars movie.
It is. It is.
But oh, you did you see him? Like he's like actually
He,
about.
like,
oh, did you see a model
bounces.
of what?
yeah.
He's like 2.5 feet high, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an actual droid, and it's kind of like the new R2-D2 like type character in the Star Wars franchise, and they actually made a real one, which is quite crazy. That they released at Comic-Con. I don't know if this is.
Oh.
Yeah, this is-
there.
Yeah, this is the real one. So there's R2-D2 and
Oh,
there's
there.
BB-8.
Okay.
Yeah, and it uses sort of the same technology to keep the head on and to look around and
Yeah.
stuff.
So you know what that means? Sphero and Disney had to be working together.
So I don't know if this
Years
one was
ago, right?
Sphero. I don't know, but I mean, Sphero. This is like the smartest thing Sphero could ever do, because they had this product that was the Bluetooth little RC ball thing, and it was like,
After a while, yes.
like you
Yes.
get it, and it was kind of expensive, but this is perfect. Like, it is like the smartest thing Sphero could. It's like they did 4 years of research and development for this one product. It is like the smartest thing the company could have done. And I saw it at Dragon Con. Tom Merritt had one, and it works really good. In Patrol, it just kind of aimlessly goes around, but it has some like little character quirks to it. It's just really, really a neat little thing.
Yeah. No, it is. It's $150, but I think the ball itself used to be 99 or 129 or something. And the fact that Disney's in there and all the rights and the ball has music.
Yeah.
And you're right. Now that it's an app, they can forever change what it can do.
Right. Give it updates and
Yeah.
send
No,
all
I
sorts
think
of
you're
stuff.
right, because I remember from one year to the next, the guy said, "Oh, you got to see this," and I said, "Well, you know, I saw this last year," and he said, "Oh, yeah, well, now it can go up a ramp."
Yeah.
You know, that's not really a big change.
Yeah.
But now this is a major development, so
Yeah.
I think they're going to do very well with it.
I think that once they saw that character, they're like, get me someone at Star Wars. We need to talk to them to make this product. I mean, it is
Either
so
that
smart.
or someone who was working on the movies who had a Sphero ball said, "Guys, call Disney because they have something in the movie that is so up your alley. You
Yeah.
can take your Sphero ball and redesign it
Yeah.
into a mega hit toy.
Yeah. I think it is so smart on Spiro's point to make this product. And it works really well. And, you know, you can drive it around, and when it hits stuff too hard, its little head pops off, and everyone goes crazy. And
Oh,
it's
that's
just a lot of fun. It's just a ton of fun.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, great.
Okay, so there we have our Star Wars. So the second thing is something you know about, but I didn't have one to play with, and now in this video, I get to. Oh, wait a minute! Yeah, I get to play with it.
Wait, is there?
I was just checking the order, right? Is Quick Lock next? Do you have a little video for that?
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go.
Dickie Bartolo, Mads Mattis, trying to end the Giz Wiz one-take theater here at gizwiz.tv. Several months ago, I talked about the Quick Lock, something I saw at the hardware show, and I just saw them demonstrate it, and I didn't get to use it. But now I can. So this is what Quick Lock looks like. So it's pretty hard for someone to pick because there's no keyhole. And it's pretty hard for someone to try and guess the combination because there's no dial. So basically, it's a Bluetooth-enabled lock, but it also has NFC, near field communication. And what that means is with the lock, you get 2 cards. And what you do is you go up to the lock, you push this little button, it's blinking blue, just move the card, it's solid blue now, and now the lock is unlocked. And this one also has a little key fob. So the same deal, push that, it's blinking, run that over the front, it's unlocked.
It's silent.
You
It's
can
nice.
also
Yes.
unlock it with your cell phone. And I just realized I can't demonstrate that because I'm shooting this with my cell phone. But basically, you download the Quick Lock app. You go in, and you have 2 settings. You can either manually press it to unlock it, or you can set it for auto lock. And as soon as it makes Bluetooth connection with it, the lock will unlock itself. Okay. Now, there was one scenario that I thought of. What do? You're at the gym. You're going to take a shower. So you are buck naked. You don't have the little credit card thing. You don't have the little fob. But you can have the NFC ring. All right.
That's so cool.
This is a little expensive. I think it's like $40 or something. But it's kind of neat. So you
Ooh,
push
70.
that, it's blinking.
70, yeah.
Put the ring over it, it's unlocked. All right. So that's very clever. Also, this is kind of neat. You can program the locks so that this one ring can open like 10 locks. Looks like, it kind of looks interesting. It's kind of a nice ring, actually. This could open, I think it's up to 40 locks. I'm not sure. You can check their website. So what's great about that is if you had 10 locks, you don't have to wear 10 rings. The one ring can open them all. And you can also program, you can buy spare anything, spare for your keychain. You can buy spare key cards like this. They even make little paste-on NFC stickers so you can stick it on the back of your gym card. And that way you can give it to multiple people to open the lock. You know, if this is locking up a bike or something and you want the kids to be able to open it, you can do that. So the basic lock, one Quick Lock, comes in 4 different colors. One Quick Lock with 2 key cards is $49.95.
But actually, they just
And then
raised it
on
like
their
in the last
website
week.
Are all the different options that you can get, like the ring or the paste-on little NFC stickers or the watch fob, not watch fob, keychain fobs like that. And when I talked about this last time, someone said, what do you do about the battery? All right, so this is kind of interesting. If you pull this, I'm not going to bother getting it out. Oh, I can get it out. Okay. Down in there is a micro USB. You're never going to see it. It is a little micro USB charging port. So since the battery is so used so little, like you put it on now, it's blinking blue, the lock is open, you open it, and now the lock, it's out. So it uses very little power. And the company says on a full charge, you can get up to 2 years use with the lock. And I did say to them, what do you do if it runs out of power? Well, there is one thing to be aware of. This will also start blinking. When you push that in to open it, it'll also flash red to tell you you're down to 40% power. So you can either bring one of those little portable USB chargers and plug it in, and the guy said in just a few minutes you'll have enough power to open it in case you go there and it's dead. And it takes about 2 hours to fully charge it. So I guess maybe once every 2 years, go to your locker with a different lock and bring this home and charge it, or put a different lock on your locker, and while you're working out, hook this up to one of those little portable USB chargers and charge it that way. Dick DeBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv. We did have a guest, but he's locked out. Bye. No, I don't have the combination to that lock.
He's out of luck. Out of luck.
He's
really.
out of luck. You know what? Someone in the chat room, you can explain this, Chad. Someone in the chat room said, how long does the battery last in the ring? So can you just briefly explain that about NFC?
Yeah, NFC, the cool thing is that when it goes to detect NFC, it sends out sort of like a conductance charge. And so the chip inside of NFC actually gets powered by the reader, by whatever is reading the device. So normally if it's a wall reader or a phone reader, that is what is sending out a small charge to power the sort of receiver, or the receiver and the reader. Anyway, the chip, the NFC chip, gets powered wirelessly whenever it's in close contact with a reader. So you don't need to power the card.
None of those things. The card, the fob, the ring. None of them have power. That is so great.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And I got to play with those when I was at TWIT, and they're really well constructed.
Yes.
I mean, I remember during my BYB review of it, I hit it with a hammer a few times, and it didn't phase it at all. I mean, it is solid. It is a solid product. And also, the USB charger to charge it is like way down in there. You kind of need like a special cable, which is kind of a nice feature because that's like the only way it feels like you could ever hack it is like by plugging in the USB cable. But yeah, it's quite a nice system.
And they're also working on an app so that if you have multiple people using the same lock, it'll keep track of who opened the lock when.
Oh, that's neat.
So, it'll register who got what card, or you'll register that. And then you'll notice that Jim went to the gym and opened it at noon, and then someone else was using the lock at 4. So there'll be a way to track it more carefully. And they're also, it may be out, they said September, so it could be out now. They're coming out with a version of this for your front door.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be fantastic.
And at the time, it was going to be $80. It looked like a regular lock. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. One person asked, what's the weather conditions that it can be held in?
They say waterproof.
Waterproof. Perfect. I wonder what the temperature is also.
It is on there somewhere. It's pretty. It was like -7 degrees at one end, and I forgot what it was at the other. But it was pretty substantial.
What is the temperature range of the padlock?
There you go.
Negative 22 degrees Celsius to, so that's -7 Fahrenheit, 150 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay.
So, wow. Yeah. That's
pretty good.
That's a pretty good range, I would say.
Yeah.
Very interesting. That I think that this is, if I had to go out and buy a lock, or if I used a padlock an awful lot, this would probably be what I use the most. Like if I was at the gym a lot, which I should probably start doing sometime soon. But yeah, it's a really nice product. Cool. What else do you got for us?
The quick lock. Now I want you to go to my close-up camera, which I have set on micro focus for this smartwatch, and it's on charge. And I'm going to stand up for a minute, so my audio might be a little
wacky.
Let me click apps.
Ooh, wow! Look at this.
Roll through the apps. Okay.
Oh, wow! This is a smartwatch.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know what? Go to either one of the Amazon links that is on my website, and you will be amazed. It is
$17.
$17.
$18. And Prime shipping. What is it? What can this watch do?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's very wonky.
Oh, okay.
It was doing nothing, and then one time I was trying. It kept saying paired with your Sam's. It's supposed to pair with your Bluetooth watch, and then you'll be able to get your phone book through it. That never happened. It could never find the watch. However, one day I thought the screen is a little hard to read. And
yeah, it
also
looks a little low resolution.
Yes, it's a little low resolution. And to tell you the truth, I don't think the screen is lit. I think there's like a little LED down in the corner because the lower right icon is always brightly lit.
Okay.
And also, I think my watch used to be brighter when I got it 3 days ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I know. So
this is like the spy camera I reviewed last week. It looks so good on the surface, and then got crummier and crummier as the review goes on.
Yes, exactly. And I thought I was in Calculator, and I was putting in numbers, and then it says Verizon cannot dial this number.
Oh, gosh.
And I realized, however, I was amazed that I was actually dialing through the watch.
Yeah.
So I put in my regular phone number, and my phone rang, and I was just talking to myself through the phone, but it has a speaker in it. And the reviews on it's kind of interesting. It was also at Egghead. I forgot what place it was at, but at the place it was at, that was $30. The reviews were very harsh.
Right.
They're at Amazon, they're less harsh, only because it's half the price.
Right.
I pay that the price keeps changing. I paid $19.99 or something. And by the way, my watch is called the I Rule You, which is the exact same. If you go to the other link, Chad, so this is called the Peg Jean Bluetooth.
And then this other one I was looking at.
And the other one is...
Oh, wait, maybe I clicked the same link twice.
I think you might have clicked the same one twice. I have the
funny.
Right. I have the I Rule You, which is more money. And let's see if that comes up.
Let me, I need to jump over and grab it.
That's okay.
That is so funny, though.
Right. Well, I tell you, a lot of reviews agreed with what I think. Is that if you've ever had a smartwatch or you're techie in any way, this is a piece of crap. If I have the I Rule You Bluetooth version. So, wow, it even went up $1. I only paid $19.88. Now it's $20.88.
It's not even Prime.
Oh, it's not Prime? Oh.
That's weird.
No.
Over here, this one is Prime.
This is Prime. That's the one I'm sure they're all the same watch.
Yeah,
the icons are identical. So, but the thing, what this is great for, if you have a kid.
Oh, you can buy it on. Oh, you buy different colors. Sorry, I keep interrupting. The black one is $2 less than the white one.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. There's.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I got the black one. And it does things that you would expect a smartwatch to do. It doesn't do. For example, I let the battery die, and when the battery was charged up again and it connected to my phone, it didn't bother picking up the time from my phone. It just started with the time that was on the watch when it went dead. So in some ways it's connected to your phone, in some ways it's not. On the other hand, for under $20, if some kid, some like 10-year-old kid would think this is great.
Yeah, that seems cool.
But
yeah, it's like a gag gift almost.
It is almost. Like I said, I'm pretty sure my guess is there was an LED in each corner or in two corners, and I think one of the LEDs went out because my watch used to be much brighter. Let me hold it up again to see if you notice that you see the bottom corner.
Yeah, that one is like blown out.
Yes,
so bright.
I think that's where the LED is, and I think there used to be another LED which died in 4 days.
Wow.
A lot of people complain that it arrived dead. One person said that he got a day's use out of it and it gave up, and he wrote Amazon. They sent him another one. He said that was better. He got 2.5 days out of it. So anyway, if you want something to play with and you have $20 to waste, maybe you'll get a version that runs longer. Mine is still running after 4 days.
You're lucky.
I could be a spokesperson.
Yeah, I know. It works for
Giz
at
Wiz
least
says,
4 days.
The Giz Wiz says, mine's working 4 days later.
That is so funny.
Isn't that funny?
That is, and I right when the Apple Watch came out, there were quite a few lookalikes of the Apple Watch that I saw on Alibaba or AliExpress, and I really wanted to find a good one, and I went through, and it didn't have a color screen. It was called the D Watch. It looked exactly like the Apple Watch, but it was funky. I mean, it was a very, very weird watch.
What was the price of it?
It was, I think it was $70. I spent
it was up there.
Good amount of money on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my foray into the.
Oh, you actually bought it?
I did. I went ahead and bought it and tried it out, but I gotta say I didn't love it so much after the end of it. So yeah.
Well, you should have taken it to an Apple store and hoped they didn't notice.
I know. Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, it had. I could actually run and grab it, but it had a green band, and it just looked like it was actually. I was still waiting for this one to arrive, and so I was hoping that the fake one would arrive sooner, and then I could use it. But then the real one actually arrived, and I never ended up using the fake one. But
okay.
But yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I said, if you got $20 and you want to entertain yourself and a kid, it does do some things. I mean, I could hardly believe I was actually dialing through my phone, but that it worked. That's it. The I rule you, but on Amazon, just pick out the cheapest brand name because the icons are all the same.
That's great. That's great. I love it, and I think it's. I'm glad you actually bought one and played around with it. It's funny
anything
how much capability it has for how cheap it is. You could answer calls or do stupid stuff on it, play and pause music. Like you have some functionality on it, but it's definitely not.
But also the thing is, even if you could play music through it, do you want to hear music through a speaker that's in here?
Yeah. But it also, it uses things that just normal Bluetooth has. So you could play and pause from your phone if you had, your headphones in. And it does some interesting, silly stuff. But, yeah.
Oh, let me, just one thing.
That's what my watch did. I don't know if yours does. But yeah.
And then also it has typical instructions.
Yes.
Remote picture-taking function. Control your cell phone to take photo from your wrist. Only Android phone, less Android phone can't support.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. I understand everything. What are you talking about? This is the best technical specifications I've ever heard.
Anti-lost function. After certain distance to avoid lose the phone.
Yeah, sure. There.
Okay.
With that.
And one other thing. If you do buy one of these, it wasn't until the third day I'm trying to do something with this watch when a little screen comes up and says, you must load BT notification app.
Oh, gosh.
And I went into the Google Play Store, and by golly, there is a BT. It's BT notification app, and that is when I found I could dial through the watch. But there was nothing in the instructions to do that. So if you buy one of these and you can't figure out the instructions, and you're on Android, remember that before you do anything, download BT Notifications app in Google Play Store. Free. It's free.
And with that, it is time to thank our sponsor for this episode, Audible, audible.com. I absolutely adore Audible. If you're unfamiliar with what Audible does, they are the leading provider of audiobooks across all types of literature, fiction, nonfiction, periodicals. I use them all the time. Audible I have a folder on my phone called Quick Items, and Audible is right at the top of it. You can see, here I can switch to the product camera. You can see that Audible is, there it is. It's right at the top, that orange app right there. I adore Audible. It makes listening, buying, keeping, organizing, and enjoying audiobooks super duper simple. All you do is you sign up and then you get a credit, and you can spend that credit on the books inside of the Audible library. It makes it very simple. You're not sitting there worrying about pricing. Once you own a book, you own it forever, and you can listen to it anytime. The app makes it fantastic. It keeps your place. It works as an audio book app should. You can add bookmarks. I mean, I just absolutely adore it. Right now, I am listening to On Intelligence, which is a very popular book that I've learned. We had the author on Triangulation back when I was at TWIT, and this is about intelligence and machine learning. So where is artificial intelligence going? What makes actual human intelligence intelligence? You know, where are the differences? There's not been a lot of research on this subject, and it's just it's fantastic to learn and listen to. You can see all of the reviews. We got 4.2 stars out of 5. It is fantastic, and I really, really, really enjoy this book. You could get this book for free, for absolutely free, because Giz Wiz has the hookup for you. If you want this book for free, go to audiblepodcast.com/GizWiz. That's audiblepodcast.com/GizWiz, and you'll get a free credit. So you could either get this book or most of the books on Audible. There's over 150,000 titles to search through. So get on Audible and just try out one book, and I'm positive that you'll fall in love. And I know Amethyst Raindrops, she tweets me every once in a while and says, she's in our chat room, she says, "Darn you for getting me hooked on Audible. I cannot fall asleep tonight because I am listening to this fantastic book." And you know what? That's joy. That's joy right there. So jump on Audible and enjoy it. That's that's audiblepodcast.com/GizWiz. And we thank Audible so much for their support of the Giz Wiz. Thanks, Audible.
Perfect. And that brings us to, ladies and gentlemen, Chad's Crappy Corner.
But you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
Okay. I'm back.
All right. Yes. So the Patreons picked Spy Gadgets.
Spy Gadgets. For
as
this,
September's
month.
theme.
So with that, we actually have a store here in LA called the Spy Store. It's the Hollywood Spy Store. So I wanted to go to the Spy Store to see if they had anything that I might want to purchase that would be really neat. And so I walked up to the front desk and I said, hey, you know, I do a gadget show called Giz Wiz, and we show off gadgets, and we have our audience vote on what they'd like the next month's theme to be, and this theme is spy. So hey, I'm here. Do you happen to have any gadgets around the $30 range? And she said, oh no, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No.
There was a spy store in the city that I think $100 was not doable.
No, it was. She said the cheapest stuff we have is about $75.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. But I started looking around at stuff anyway, and I think she misunderstood what I meant by gadgets. I don't think she knows quite how low the bar is set for Giz Wiz. So, because I was like, well, what about this? This is inexpensive. And she was like, oh yeah, this is like a lighter you can hide stuff in. So I actually did end up finding something. I didn't walk away empty-handed. But most of it was so funny. They had the fire alarm thing that I reviewed last week. It was $100. It was $100, and I was like, I hope no one buys that, because it was horrible. It was the worst.
Oh my! And what did you pay for it?
I forget. I need to go jump into our notes last week. I can't imagine that I spent $35. $35 is what I spent. It was $100 there. So you can imagine there's quite a markup. At the spy store. I also had to go up and get buzzed in. It felt like I was intruding on them, basically. Because you walk up, you buzz in, you wait, they buzz, you open, there's no one in the store, 0 people except for me, and then someone comes out of a back room and goes, hey, how's it going? But yeah, so...
Did he not frisk you?
They didn't. They did have posters on the walls of people who had tried to steal from them before. They said, these idiots tried to steal from a surveillance store, and anyway, it was quite ridiculous. So here is the gadget that I picked up from the spy store, and looks pretty.
I like it
normal.
already. Looks pretty good. Wow, in plastic.
Sunglasses. Ooh la la. These are spy glasses. So here's what they look like on.
Okay, pretty good.
There you go.
Pretty good. All you need is another earpiece, and you'll be
get a little curly cute earpiece. Here it is over here.
Okay.
Put this in.
Now you can go, walk with the president.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep, that's what I got. Some sunglasses. No, I'm kidding. So
they must do something.
They do a little
videos.
something else. They're not as fancy as cameras or take video or take photos, but there are mirrors in the sides of the glasses, and you can barely tell, even from this far away, that there are mirrors in the edges of these glasses. What they've done is where your eyes are, you can see there's a gradient to the reflective material. Over here where your eye is less mirror-like. You can even see the webcam quite well.
Yes, yes.
And then over here, it gets very, very silver on the glasses. So when you put them on, you can see around the edge of your face to behind you. So here we go. Let's test it.
How many fingers?
Yeah, here, I have a monitor right here, but I'm gonna turn it off. There you go. It's off. And then,
so now can you see me in the monitor?
Yep.
Okay, and I am. What am I doing?
3 fingers. 3 fingers.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. 1 thumb. Down thumb.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are my spy glasses. There's a weird thing I do need to turn on the monitor to see what's going on. They are very, very straight. Normally glasses have a little bit of a curve to them, but
oh, I see.
But
so
these
that
glasses,
the mirrors are. I get you.
They're very, very, very straight. Kind of. Oops. See, proof I didn't have the monitor on because I switched to the wrong thing. They're very, very straight when it comes to the lenses. That's basically the only way that you could tell that these are something other than kosher. But I feel like the mirror works very well. You can easily block out the mirror if you don't want to use it. If I want to just look forward, it's actually quite simple just to look at the room. It's not obtrusive. When I want to look behind me, it's very, very simple to do so. And I think that they don't scream, "Hey, something's weird with these glasses."
No. So what did they cost?
They cost me, $15. $15.
Oh.
So that wasn't all too bad. Like I said, I think she misunderstood what I meant by gadget.
Yeah, that's good.
So, well, I don't have a camera that can show off the price. There we are, $15.
Yeah, $14.99. Nice.
Yep. And I found them online as well. So if you guys you don't want to buy a ticket all the way out to Los Angeles to the Spy store, you can buy them yourself. They are a little bit less expensive, which is kind of nice. $10.58. Right before the show, these were $5 with $5 shipping. Right before the show. That is weird.
It is Amazon. There was something when I posted one of the things I posted an hour ago. When you went to it, it had changed.
Yeah, that's insane. So, so now they cost $10.85 with Prime shipping, and there's 12 customer reviews. They all like them just as much
they
as I
do.
did.
Wow, it's pretty good reviews.
Yeah, I gotta say they're pretty nice. They're well constructed. They don't feel super duper cheap. The one thing is that they're very weirdly straight. That's the only thing. But I also don't think that when you put them on that they look too out of place.
No.
You know.
And I think the one negative review said that they didn't like them because they didn't like what they saw behind them.
Right, exactly.
So I wouldn't blame that on the glasses.
Right. Yeah. I was hoping to see something nice, but got stuck behind some pretty ugly people in line, and it was not as well as I liked. So anyway, those are my Spy see behind you glasses.
That's interesting, especially since they're so affordable.
Yeah, $10 for glasses. No idea if these will UV protect your eyes or what. UV protection is pretty inexpensive, so I gotta hope that that they give you some sort of UV protection. Otherwise, you'll just be staring in the sun. So yeah, that is my crappy corner for this week.
Excellent.
Let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn. There we go. Sorry.
No problem.
I don't know if you can tell, but I blew my nose in the...
That's okay. Our email says, hello, Dick and Chad. I was chat room celebrity of the week on Giz Wiz on August 8th, and I talked about the iHome to go speaker system for bicycles and the beach. Dick said, why don't you do a video of it, post it, and we can use it on Giz Wiz sometime. Well, here it is. And forgive me for not mentioning Chad's name in the video.
Don't worry about it. We'll add it in post.
We'll edit it in. That's right. From Peter Fisher, otherwise known as Peter the Fish. And here is Peter's video.
Hi, Dick.
And Chad.
Edited
it's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there.
It's quite nice.
The Giz Wiz a couple of weeks ago and did my favorite gadget, and you told me to do a video, so here I'm doing it. My favorite gadget is the iHome to go, the portable speaker system. You can have a little carrying case for it that you can carry around with you, or you can put it on your bicycle and control it with this handy dandy little remote control. I can open it up and it puts a iPod. Anyway, I made a video for you about it.
Wow.
I know you do the One Take Theater.
Holds an entire iPod.
The video of 1,000 cuts.
Wow.
All right, here's everything. There.
Wow, this is super nice video.
Where you put the iPod in.
Beautiful stuff.
There's a little
Yeah.
shim, because you know, like all the different iPods were different thicknesses. To get a snug fit, you'd put in little shims, sort of like that, to put things there. And there's a remote control. The plus and the minus are the volume up and down. The other two are back and forward. And then we're going into the batteries. 4 AA batteries that fit in just like that. And then
Batteries are
we're closing
corroded, they're
that up,
green.
and we're going to be putting the iPod in. And once it is in, it looks like that. And then you put the cover on. There's 2 little arrows that you have to line up to lock it into place. That's almost locked. That's pretty good. Anyway, and now we're going to put it in the carrying case, which has a little drawstring at the end, so it won't fall out while you're holding it, like it happened to me when I first got it. There you go. Now here's the bike. You put it in the bottle holder, or in this case, snap it down, and there's all nice and secure, so it won't be flying out while you're biking. And then you put the control there on the handlebars.
All right, we're back, and I hear some of you saying, "Oh, but wait, what if it rains while you're on your bicycle? Because there's a speaker right there, and the rain can get in it." Well, you take the bottom off, put it on top.
Oh, cool.
You can still get sound coming out of it, but you're protected from the weather. Anyway, thanks, and have a good day.
That voice he has is so soothing while he was reviewing the video of 1,000 cuts.
Right.
Listen to that all day long. That's fantastic.
And you know, what's funny is I emailed him back and said, you know, the grid video is great. We will use it. And he said, I'm going to New York to see my favorite band. I forgot their name in Brooklyn. Can I just come by Disneyland and get my Mad and my Alfred E. Newman picture for making a video? So Peter the Fish was here earlier, and then that's when he said, "Oh, Dick, I didn't say Chad's name in the video." So anyway, if you want to send in a video, be like Peter. You don't have to do all that.
That was
all that.
super nice. We almost disqualified him for it being better than ours.
Yes,
quality.
it's almost too. Oh, anything's better than ours. You know, we joke. We have very bare things. We should be able to see you. There should be some light on the product, and it would be great if we could hear you and shoot. Don't shoot vertical video if you can. So make a 2 to 3 minute, 3 minute max video. My favorite gadget. I invented this. I bought a piece of crap, and send it to send it to mail at gizwiz.tv. And if we show it on the show, you get an autographed issue of Mad Magazine. You get one of those 35-euro Alfred E. Newman photos. You can come to Disneyland and get it if you want. And if you live outside the U.S. and Canada, we will just thank you twice, okay? Because it's just too hard to mail stuff outside of either of those two places. So... And I know I forgot the gentleman's name. He did send me a second video, but we just did a video from you 2 weeks ago. So we're trying to give some other people a chance. So if you can get me a video soon, we could use something for next week. Mail at gizwiz.tv. 2 to 3 minute video. Pretty much any gadget you have, we're interested in. That's it.
Perfect. Let's move on to the letter. Nice.
Wow. Wow. Our CD will be out in 3 weeks.
I know. We're going to go brown, at least.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned this program last week. I forgot what you said, and I think we can help Jeffrey here. Jerry. Jerry Coffey writes, the subject is multiple cameras. We're talking about USB cameras. Oh, and last week someone asked, could you use a USB switcher? And you explained that that won't work. So Jerry says, I'm watching the show of August 27th and heard you commenting about multiple webcams. I thought I would tell you about manycams.com. I've not bought the Pro license yet, but the free version has 2 camera switching. The Pro can switch more. I'm sure you may have known, and maybe it's not a help, but I thought I would just share this in case you've not heard of it. I love the show, and that again is from Jerry Coffey, Coffey. So, Chad, what did you say about Manycams?
So Manycams it's basically a switching platform like what I'm using right now to switch our show. I just use OBS. Manycams is kind of like that. It actually looks fairly similar to what I use, but you could add effects to webcams. You can layer video on top of video. You can do a little do stuff like that. So that's what Manycam is for, and it's nice. It's cross-platform, which is really nice, but it doesn't quite do what we need. The good news is, and I saw the letter in there, so I thought it was a perfect way to update people. I found a solution, I believe. So my issue is that I have 3 webcams on the same USB driver, or USB, hub, or not hub, but controller. There it is. That's the word I was looking for. So there's only one USB controller on this motherboard, and all of these webcams are going onto the motherboard. I don't have a separate card for any USB, and it was saying you have issues with that because a controller only has so much bandwidth that the USB can accomplish. So if you're trying to send HD video, I'm trying to send 3 streams of HD video through that controller, you're going to run into a lot of problems, and also a lot of applications will have a harder time differentiating themselves through the cameras. So what was happening to me was that one of the cameras would go out and there's no way to get it back because basically the other 2 webcams would immediately take up the rest of the bandwidth inside of that controller and not give it up. So the solution should be easier than the whole other solution that I was talking about. I just need to get 2 extra USB cards and put it into this computer. There's a problem with that in that this computer is a manufactured computer from Asus, so there is no, I don't have any extra ports. The motherboard doesn't support any extra cards, and even the case that this is in, the extra expansion slots are soldered in there, so I'd have to go in with a saw to take them out. So this computer won't support that, but I should be able to probably come up with another solution with some sort of... I need to open up the case, basically, because sometimes motherboards will have USB plugs instead of expansion. I could either use expansion slots or USB plugs. Anyway, so there's options. Bend asks, what about USB 3? I have heard USB 3 is very finicky when it comes to these pro level items, that it's just not as robust as USB 2 yet. So I'd like to stick with USB 2 because none of these cameras require USB 3. So use a USB hub. That won't work because the controller, it's not a separate controller. The USB hub would extend the motherboard controller. I need a new controller. I need new bandwidth through a different basic plug on the motherboard. A USB header. See, that might work. Anyway, so Yeah.
Okay, so Manycams is
Manycams
not
won't
good
work.
for what we need.
It's a really cool program. You should check it out if you want to do some like.
I used
some of the
it
stuff we do.
years ago, and I forgot why I stopped using it.
And it can work for also cool things like, let's say you want to add a lower third to a Skype call. Or you wanted
you
to,
could put frames around
yeah,
stuff
you could put
too.
frames, or you wanted to green screen out your Skype call. It would work way better than OBS. OBS is really great at live streaming out to a service like what we do, or saving to a file, which is what I need. So both of those two things are really great for OBS. Manycam is way better at sending that to a virtual video source like Skype would need in order to send it on, or if you're doing another web conference. It's much better at doing that than streaming to YouTube or Twitch. Or
it's good to know that something that we do is better than a program we can't use because what we do is too good. I think I've never heard that before.
The program we use is too much better. Well, I just threw that out the window with that sentence. Anyway, so thank you so much for all the support. I spent a while reading through forums. Are the worst for technical issues. The worst.
Forums.
Because someone asks a question and then you get a person that's like, yeah, I have the same issue.
Also, I love that when they say, did you ever think about trying to put mayonnaise on the motherboard? I've never done this myself, but I was thinking maybe you should do that.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
There needs to all technical websites that use forums should just shut down and then start a new thing where you have to vote on correct answers. So the best answer gets voted to the top.
Right. Or you get someone who's a real genius and they'll say, oh, yeah, just take out the motherboard, redo the BIOS, put the batteries in, replace the ICC, update the transistors, and you're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, here's what we need is once the question gets answered, delete all the other comments. All the other comments are gone. And anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I think I figured it out. I don't know. It probably won't be fixed in the next 2 or 3 weeks because of the computer issue. But
today was perfect.
Today it's working. Yeah. Also, knowing the issue helps me set it all up, like get it running for the first time. Knowing that it's a USB controller bandwidth issue, knowing that it just helps me kind of like, oh, I need to reboot this thing, or if I just unplug this and replug that in a few times, it'll reset, what it knows about the webcams, and it just helps me out just knowing that that's the issue. So yeah. It's worked out
good.
Right. Perfect. With that, how can people send in letters?
Did we say that? No, we didn't. That's a very good thing. I guess it can also go to mail@gizwiz.tv.
I get another chance.
Another chance to put that up. Mail@gizwiz.tv. We love getting emails, and we don't get enough of them. So if you have anything you want to add or subtract or comment on, mail@gizwiz.tv, same place where you'll send your videos. And we should mention the what the heck is it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not playing What the Heck Is It, you're not having a fun time. So head on over to Giz Wiz.
Your life is empty.
Yes, exactly. What are you doing with your life if you're not playing What the Heck Is It? Just staring at this product. I have no clue what this month's gadget is. It has grips on the side. This is obviously useful.
Go ahead.
And then there's this thing up here, which looks like a different material. So it looks like metal thing. That looks like a hinge, so it opens. But why on earth? I don't know. Oh, I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
This is, you've heard of French pedicures? Manicures?
Yes.
French manicures? This is, so it's upside down. So you put your finger in, and then this is where French manicures is you just get the tip of the top of your finger is white, and so you put your finger in there, and then you clamp that down on there, and then that's a little guide to do French manicures.
Wow.
Easy, done, figured it out.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Took you just 1 week.
I know. I know.
Amazing.
So smart.
Amazing.
There are 12 Mad magazines. It's not even out yet. You don't even. This is so exclusive. You don't even get to see what you win. 12 Mad magazines for correct answers, and 24 Mad magazines for cute, silly, funny, hilarious, clever, adorable answers. So send them on over to Giz Wiz. Biz, yes. I was like, am I saying that wrong? Giz Wiz Biz
no,
at AOL.com with what the heck is it in the subject line, that WTHII in the subject line. And make sure you go to gizwiz.biz and click on the banner on the right-hand side to see it for yourself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Big thanks to our Patreon supporters. These guys are so fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We have 374 patrons helping support every single episode. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for your support. And if you got some value out of the show, I know that's a hard ask from us, but if you happen to get any value out of the show, we would truly appreciate it if you supported the show on Patreon. It's we're really helpful. We're not very helpful. Sorry. We are really grateful for any of the help.
We are grateful.
You can send our way. It's really amazing. And
it's hard to beg on the street for DSL. Money for DSL.
Yeah.
Money for DSL.
Listen, you go to 7-Eleven and you go, hey, I reviewed some silly spyglasses. Can I get a Coke, please? I'd like to fill up my car. Yeah, that doesn't work all that great. Also with server hosts, that doesn't work either.
No, no.
We entertain people every week. Should we entertain you? We're monkeys. Anything. We'll do anything.
We'll do anything. Yeah.
Make sure if you want to catch future episodes to go to gizwiz.tv.
We're live on our own channel.
Wow.
We're live on our own channel. When we're not on, all the past episodes are there.
Yeah, they're just right down here at the bottom. Past episodes are found here.
And we have a great chat room. How many people in the chat room?
Here, let me look right now. I opened up a thing from T2 and I covered it up. I saw earlier we had 102 people. Right now we have 96.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been fantastic.
It's great. It's just great. And the meetup. October 11th, Chad is coming to town for the meetup. October 11th. It's a Sunday. It's from 2 to 4. We play games. We give away prizes, give away Mad magazines, give away Alfred E. Newman pictures. It's all free. If you want to come early, you can have breakfast there. And if you want to stay afterwards, you can have lunch or dinner there. It's a great place right on the Hudson River. Their menu is at online boatbasincafe.com. For New York City, prices are very reasonable, and especially for that location.
And you got a $3 hot dog. There you go.
There you go. And also in October, the place is not that crazy crowded, which is good.
I'm so excited. This will be the first time I'm going to New York just alone. Just, myself. It'll be fantastic.
Wow.
I'm so excited. So excited. So yeah, please come over on October.
Yeah, and send me your schedule, and I'll see if I can get you a ticket via mileage.
Perfect. That about wraps it up for this episode of the Giz Wiz. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
I'll be here.